folate incorporation as well. So there's been a major increase in omega-6, specifically linoleic acid, in the last 30 to 40 years, due to us being recommended to replace saturated fats in our diet with vegetable-based oils. And our modern diet today, omega-6 is found in high amounts in processed foods that we eat. But at the same time, our omega-3 L-synthesis has remained quite consistent. So with this imbalance in the higher amount of omega-6, there has been suggestion that this may limit the incorporation or the conversion of ALA into the omega-3 L-synthesis, resulting in a decreased status. So the current approaches, we've been recommended to increase our dietary omega-3 through increasing our fish, possibly increasing our supplementation, but many countries around the world aren't meeting their fish recommendations, and also this may be unsustainable due to the stress on marine resources. So an alternative approach may be to reduce dietary omega-6 in our diet. So that brings me to the aim of my study, which was to determine the effect of reducing dietary LA, omega-6, from approximately 5%, which is our typical Australian diet, to less than 2.5% energy, and see if we could increase the status without increasing fish intake. We call this study the LOMAX study, which stands for Low LA Macadamia Study. So this was an open-label clinical trial. I had 36 healthy volunteers, and of which 32 of these completed, recruited by the normal methods of email, flyers, word of mouth. We included people with BMI of 18 to 35. They had to be weight stable, 80 to 65 years. Because of the dietary intervention, they had to be able to eat greater than 5 meals at home per week, and also not be exceeding 2 to 3 fish meals already. We obviously excluded people on fish oil supplements, vegetarians and vegans, and pregnant and breastfeeding women. So going to the design of intervention, this was a 6-week study intervention with 2 weeks of running baseline and 4 weeks of the low omega-6 intervention. So at week -2, participants came in for their first appointment. They had their weight and height taken and their first venous blood sample. At the same time, they were given their weighed food diary. They were also supplied with scales, measuring cups and spoons, instructions how to do this properly. They were then told to maintain their normal diet for 2 weeks. They filled out this weighed food diary for the whole 6 weeks of the intervention for 3 days per week, including 1 weekend day out of each of the weeks. At week 0, they came in for their next appointment. They were given their nutritional intervention guidelines, a recipe idea book that we put together to give them some ideas for cooking and eating out diet, so they could still go out and eat, obviously. And they were supplied with macadamia oil and butter, which was used for them to replace their normal oils and spreads at home. And these were chosen because of their very low LA composition. They followed the diet for 4 weeks. They could contact us at any time. They also had a Facebook forum for social interaction. And so at week 4, they came in for their final appointment and had their further measurements taken. So this is an example of one of the pages from the dietary intervention. So this was put together using a program that we use called FoodWorks. So this ended up being about 4 pages long. We also went into supermarkets, as not all software has all products available that people are eating, and it's always ongoing.